there is a tasbeeh that instantly transforms a beggar into a king. 4 years ago, I had a king's book in my hands. I was reading that book during a time when I was suffering from extreme hardship. I was drowned in poverty, helplessness, and distress, my friends. And in that book of the king, I found a spiritual practice given by the king himself. My friends, I read that spiritual practice. The king wrote, "I too was once poor, helpless, and empty-handed. But the moment I recited a certain tasbeeh, just 3 times, piles of money gathered in all corners of my home." My friends, I didn't believe it at first. I studied that entire practice. I understood the complete tasbeeh. Then the same evening, I sat alone and recited that spiritual practice. Believe me, within just half an hour, a miracle happened. A relative of mine came and handed me 400,000 rupees in cash. This happened around 44 to 44.5 years ago. My friends, at that time, 450,000 rupees was equal to billions for me. My life changed completely. I used that money in work, and those thousands became lakhs, and lakhs became crores. And from that day until today, not a single day has passed in which I haven't recited this tasbeeh. I have given this practice to my relatives, to poor friends, to many brothers and sisters, anyone who came to me in hardship. And believe me, the person becomes a king from a beggar. Look, this practice shows its power in just 1 day. This practice not only brings money, it removes your biggest problems and difficulties instantly. It wipes out the oppression of oppressors in 1 strike. My poor friends, if you too are tired of the problems of this world, if your home has hunger, poverty, scarcity, helplessness, or illness, then at least once in your life, recite this practice that transforms a beggar into a king. Inshallah, this one tasbeeh will pour treasures into your life. This one tasbeeh will bring piles of money. Look, in this practice, there are only 3 spiritual practices. There is no 4th spiritual practice. And the miracles of these 3 will leave your mind stunned today. Hidden hands of unseen money will appear immediately carrying money. People will knock on your door and give you money. Your jealous relatives will be shocked. Yesterday he was broken and wandering door to door. So suddenly, how did his life change? Where did so much money come from? Now what do you have to do? Listen carefully. I will tell you everything exactly as I read it, and exactly as I benefited from it. You will recite the same thing. This practice can be recited even by a 5-year-old child. It is so easy. Whether someone is elderly, uneducated, young, whoever sees my video, no matter which corner of the world they are in, they must perform this practice immediately. You can perform this practice at any time, but sit in solitude for 1 minute and recite it. And bring before your mind those problems for which you have tried everything, gone to saints, begged people, but still your problems, debts, illness, poverty never left, no matter how strong the spiritual practice was. Today this tasbeeh, which turns a beggar into a king, will inshallah bring treasures, money, and abundance into your life the moment you read it. Not only you, even your father will become money, inshallah. My friends, now I will reveal that secret, that tasbeeh, that treasure. In this practice there are only 3 spiritual practices. And when these 3 treasures are recited together in one sitting, poverty screams and runs away. Hidden hands of money appear. I have tested this practice on people suffering from every kind of difficulty. Yesterday alone, 30 to 40 people came to me. Everyone had problems, oppression, illness, debt, helplessness, poverty. But everyone also had financial hardship. Yesterday, I gave this practice to some in the afternoon, some in the evening. I always take one promise from people. Whatever happens, you must inform me immediately. And by Allah, yesterday, those who received this spiritual practice, within 1 hour, 1.5 hours, I received WhatsApp messages. This tasbeeh really works. Someone's business restarted. Someone got a job. Someone's debts were forgiven. Someone's illness disappeared. Someone instantly received unexpected financial help. One sister told me that right after reciting the spiritual practice, her relative came and gave her 80,000 rupees. She said, "I was exhausted wandering everywhere, but your spiritual practice wiped my debts and gave me unexpected help this very moment." My friends, I will not tell you anything false. I will give you the secret that turns a beggar into a king. Now listen. First, you must recite Astaghfirullah. Not a single phrase should be changed. If you change even one word, regret will follow you for life. Either you spend your whole life begging from people, or recite this Tasbeeh once, and you will pray for me your entire life. My beloved ones, the first spiritual practice you must recite is Astaghfirullah. I will give you the secret of Astaghfirullah, the Tasbeeh, the treasure. First, Astaghfirullah, the first spiritual practice. Then the second, then the third. There is no fourth spiritual practice in this practice. If you recite all three in one sitting, before and after reciting Durood Sharif, then believe me, you will become one of the luckiest people on earth. But before everything, you must recite Durood Sharif once upon the blessed Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whichever Durood you remember, Durood Ibrahim or sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you may recite that. After that, to begin the practice of unseen money and the destruction of all difficulties, recite Durood once, then say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. And today, the first spiritual practice of this practice is Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah means, O Allah, I seek forgiveness for every sin, and cover me, forgive me, and open the doors of money for me. The Quran and Hadith reveal its secret. In Surah Nuh, verses 10 to 12, it is written, Seek forgiveness. Allah will send down abundant sustenance from the sky, give you money, children, gardens, rivers. The Prophet ﷺ said, Whoever recites abundant astaghfar, Allah removes every hardship, wipes away grief, and provides from places unimaginable. Astaghfar breaks the lock on the treasures written in a person's destiny. It brings such money to an empty pocket that people think he has found a treasure chest. Astaghfar opens streams, rivers, and oceans of money. But today, I will give you the secret of an Astaghfirullah that transforms a beggar into a king. Many people recite Astaghfar, many recite spiritual practices, but they see no benefit. Friends, I too recited Astaghfar many times but saw no result because I didn't know the secret. Today, I will give you the spiritual practice that changes situations instantly. You will recite the first spiritual practice exactly 41 times, 40 plus 1, with Astaghfirullah. You will combine a special phrase, a Tasbeeh, a treasure, which multiplies its power not by thousands, but by millions. People will knock on your doors giving money. Enemies and relatives will be shocked. This practice does not only bring money, you will drown in money, inshallah. Along with that, debts will disappear, illness will end, oppressors will be subdued, magic will break, evil eyes will disappear, every difficulty will be uprooted. My friends, you will not find a better spiritual practice in your life. Now, whether it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you may recite it any day, anytime. Just sit in solitude and have complete faith in Allah. First, recite Durood Sharif once, any Durood you remember. This is the first step of the spiritual practice that transforms a beggar into a king. This is the secret bone of sustenance. My friends, all spiritual practices are filled with treasures. But the first spiritual practice is the king of all treasures. Now listen, the moment you recite Durood Sharif, on any day, at any time, in any place, you must sit alone. Whether you sit at home, in your office, in a mosque, in a madrasa, I will explain everything step by step. After that, it is up to you whether you act upon it or not. Listen, if you truly want to change your condition, if you want to end humiliation and hardship forever, then at least once in your life, you must perform this practice. Now, the first spiritual practice you must read is Astaghfirullah. But you must read it in the specific way I tell you, 41 times. And with Astaghfirullah, you must read one special sentence. Only then your first spiritual practice will be complete. After that, you will read Ya Fatahu 21 times. Then the third and last spiritual practice is Ya Rabbana, to be read exactly in the sequence I tell you. These three spiritual practices, you have never read them together like this in your life. This was the secret of that king's book. When that king wrote this practice in his book, I swear, I read it the same evening, and my life completely transformed. From that day until today, I have tested it on thousands and thousands of people. I myself read this practice daily and give it to countless men and women. Believe me, this spiritual practice that turns a beggar into a king, you have neither read it nor heard it in your life. Now listen. On any day, at any time, in any place, sit in solitude with full faith in Allah Almighty. As soon as you recite any Durood Sharif, whichever one you know, Durood Ibrahimi or even Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, recite it once. Then read, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now the first spiritual practice, Astaghfirullah Ya Rabbi. This sentence means, O my Lord, I seek forgiveness from you. This is the secret behind this first spiritual practice. My friends, the moment this is read, poverty screams and runs away. Childless people are blessed with children. Blockages in relationships break. The oppression of oppressors ends. My poor friends, what else do you want? Every hardship and every problem ends in an instant. Now you must read this first spiritual practice 41 times in one sitting. Astaghfirullah Ya Rabbi. Astaghfirullah Ya Rabbi. Astaghfirullah Ya Rabbi. Until it becomes 41 times. This is the Sultan of unseen money. When you complete this first spiritual practice of divine abundant, now, without getting up, you begin the second spiritual practice, Ya Fatahu. Ya Fatahu means, O opener of every door. O the one who brightens closed destinies, who cuts through difficulty and opens paths. Allah himself says, He is the best of judges and the best of openers. My friends, Ya Fatahu is the word that tears open the sealed cracks of destiny and brings money flowing into your life. A person whose business is stuck, whose paths are blocked, whose rights are taken by others. Ya Fatahu opens such doors for him that he never even imagined. You may have read Ya Fatahu many times in your poverty and hardship, but today you will read it with a special sentence. This sentence must be included. Without it, the practice remains incomplete. Read, Ya Fatahu, fill my empty hands. Fix this sentence in your mind. It must be included. This practice works because it is utterly unique. These are not common, pre-written spiritual practices. This is the most powerful practice in the world, the one that fixes ruined matters in a single day. It gives jobs to the jobless. It removes all hardships from the root. No restriction of day, time, or place. Whenever your heart desires, sit in solitude with complete faith and read it. Inshallah, unseen angels of money will appear by Allah's command. Now you must read this second spiritual practice also 41 times. Ya Fatahu, fill my empty hands. Ya Fatahu, fill my empty hands, until 41 times. After completing this, you include the third spiritual practice, Ya Rabbana. This is the third treasure, the third atomic power of money in this practice. My friends, Ya Rabbana is easy, yet extremely powerful. But again, all three spiritual practices must be read in one single sitting. Morning, evening, night. Anytime, just sit alone with faith. You may have read Ya Rabbana many times in your poverty and hardship, but today you will read it with the most special C. All, Ya Rabbana al-Madad. Fix this sentence in your mind. This is the secret of this practice's success. Ya Rabbana means, O our Master, O our Provider, O the one who hears every prayer and perfects every step. The Quran teaches the believers to pray, Rabbana atina, Rabbana hablana. Whenever Allah gives, He gives like a king. Ya Rabbana is such a word that when you raise empty hands, Allah fills them with weight. Such money, that your hands tremble lifting it. Such blessings that even enemies are shocked. Now understand the power of these three together. A broken man with not even a single rupee, all doors shut, destiny shut, business ruined, and then he clings to three words. Astaghfirullah, Ya Fatahu, Ya Rabbana. These three flip a person's world. Astaghfirullah breaks the locks of sins and pours money from the sky. Ya Fatahu opens the doors of destiny. Ya Rabbana fills the hands with treasures. When these three move together, fate awakens. Money flows like a flood. Poverty bows down and runs away, and a poor man rises to the level of kings. Money begins to walk to him. Angels descend with commands of sustenance. Destiny rewrites itself. That is the miracle of this practice. Now listen. After reading Durood Sharif once and then reciting Auzu Billah, Bismillah, you have completed the first spiritual practice. Astaghfirullah, Ya Rabbi, 41 times. Then the second, Ya Fatahu, fill my empty hands, 41 times. Now comes the third treasure, Ya Rabbana al-Madad, 41 times. And after this, you must again recite Durood Sharif. Then raise your hands, open your palms like a begging bowl.